Hey there, welcome to Techposts guys. My name is Ravi and I'm really excited to release the AmbiSense 4.1 version which is compatible with Home Assistant. Yes, we have developed this firmware which is like fully functional, stable and good to go for ESP32 boards. So if you have any of the ESP32 boards, you can install this firmware on that particular board. Now the current firmware supports only LD2410 sensors, so you can configure that. The next version will be coming that will also support LD2450, which can detect up to 3 humans at the same times, and it's much more reliable. So that will take some time to develop and to work on, but for now this is like the fully functional and stable firmware release that I'm releasing on my GitHub. Now let's talk about the features which I've built on this based on your feedbacks and whatever responses I've got on comments on my video that I released earlier, and also on the Reddit. After you flash the firmware, the device starts in AP mode, which means you can use your phone to connect to the Wi-Fi network, the access point of this device, and then configure the network settings. Now we have built this firmware in a way that you can stay connected to the AP mode and change all the settings, and this firmware is updated to reflect real-time changes. So as you change the settings on the web app, the changes takes place instantly. So whatever change you make, you are going to see the effect immediately, and you will be able to adjust those based on the feedback that you're getting from your sensor. And I've also designed a 3D case for this LD2410 and ESP32C3 Super Mini. If you have these two boards, you can download the STL files, print them, and then enclose it in that particular case. We have also installed a touch sensitive button which provides two important functionalities. One is if you tap once, it is going to toggle between on and off. So once you tap it, it's going to turn off the LED lights. If you tap again, it's going to turn it on. Now if you tap and hold it, it's going to reset the device and start at AP mode. Now this is useful when your device is not able to connect to that particular Wi-Fi, like you have made some changes to your Wi-Fi settings and maybe the device is not able to connect. You can reset it, start in AP mode, and then configure the new network settings. Now let's talk about some advanced features and the effects which I have increased. Earlier there were only 3 effects. Now we have multiple effects that you can choose. So not only this device works as a moving light. As you move, the bubble moves, but you can also select other effects which are available in WLED, WLED or other fast LED firmwares. So let's explore. Here you can see you can enter the number of LEDs. Currently we are limited to 5 meters, 300 LEDs. I think 5 meters is more than enough on a staircase. So yeah, this works for most of the people. The next setting is, again, you can choose minimum and maximum distance. Like minimum distance is how closer you go to the sensor when you walk on your stairs or anywhere where you have installed. So that will be the minimum distance of interaction. So you have to put that so that entire LED lights up to the end. And then there's a maximum distance. Now how do you measure the maximum distance? Is by standing at the end of the LED strip and then seeing the distance which is displayed right at the bottom. That will be your maximum distance. So you can choose that, and as you slide the slider, this is going to be saved immediately. Next, you can pick up the color if you are logged into your smartphone. Again, if you want to play with RGB sliders, we have that provision, and you can slide them to adjust to your maybe brand color or whatever, if you are going to install this in your office or wherever you want to do that. Then comes the brightness. If you want to turn it off, you can just put the slider to 0, and this is going to turn off the LEDs. Now let's move to the next tab, which is advanced. Now here we have implemented motion smoothing features as asked by many of you in the comments and on Reddit. So in the advanced settings, you will see all the description of each and every settings that we have given, so that you are able to understand what you have to do and how those settings particularly works when you move those sliders or change those settings. So first is moving light span. Now this is to how many lights, how many LED lights you want to turn on that will follow you along when you move. So you can change, and you can slide it up to 100 LEDs, and minimum is 1. So yeah, you can choose between those. I keep it ideally between 40 to 50. That's the recommended one. Now there's a background mode. Now what happens when you turn on background mode is that the entire LED lights up but very dim, and only those 40 or 50 LED lights that you choose in the moving light span setting are going to light up at full brightness. So this way you can have like entire staircase lighten up, dimly, but then as you move, the brightest LEDs also move along with you. So yeah, this is one of the useful feature. And then there's directional light. Now directional light, actually the sensor can detect whether you are moving towards it and away from it based on the distance. So we have algorithm there which adjust the light direction. So as you move toward the sensor, the LEDs behind are going to be dim automatically, and the front LEDs will light up at full brightness. So and as you move away, that will change the direction. Then comes the motion smoothing feature. Now earlier what was happening when we were moving, the lights were abruptly moving. You can call it like a jog or something, because the distance calculation is not that precise. It's quite accurate but not that precise. So the distance movement is like from 100 it drops to like 80 or something, or 70. So that's a huge drop. So in that case, if you are not using motion smoothing, the LED lights will move to and fro very fast. So to avoid that, you can turn on the motion setting, and I highly recommend that you turn on and then play with the below settings, which are like position smoothing factor, velocity smoothing factor. Again, you have to keep these values lower, but you can play with these and adjust these. By adjusting these settings, you can also achieve that feature which will enable like if you choose a moving span of 40 lights, 20 lights ahead will light up, 20 lights behind you will light up, and in between there will be no LEDs that will light up. So it's like blank space in between, and front and back lights up at full brightness, and as you move along they also move. Now when you turn this on, the motion becomes very smooth and the LED actually moves along with you very smoothly. Now the trail length is when you choose directional light, trail effect is going to take effect. So number of LEDs that are going to be dimmed when you move if directional light is on, that is for that particular setting. Now let's go to effects, and as I said, I've added multiple effects now, so you can choose from number of effects that we have already added. I like the rainbow effect very much, and you can also choose, like for example, you can choose fire effect, theater chase, dual scanning and motion particle, and these are going to follow the distance value of the sensor. So yeah, you can play with that, and again you can adjust the speed and the intensity. Now if you go to network settings, you can scan the Wi-Fi networks, and then after a few seconds you will see your available network in the drop down. You just select that and then enter the password. Once you do that, you also have to enter the device name. Now this is very important. So wherever you have installed, maybe if you have installed it on staircase, you can name it stair, and maybe like first floor stair, whatever you want to name it. So you can name that and then click on save. So you have already named your device. For example, in my case, I have named it home, so I can access it at AmbiSense-home.local. So as you enter the name of the device and you save the network settings, you will see the name of the URL at which you can access this device. So you don't need to reserve any IP address for this. You just have to enter the address in the address bar of your browser and you will be able to access this web interface. Now you can visually see it, like whether it's connected to the Wi-Fi network or not. The LED continuously blinks when it's in AP mode, and it blinks, pulses when it's connected to the Wi-Fi successfully. So that is the visual indicator that I have added in the network settings. Now next thing, we can go to our Home Assistant setup, and we are going to set this up in our Home Assistant and control these lights from Home Assistant. So in Home Assistant, what you have to do is you have to have hacks installed, HACS, that's hacks. And if you are using Home Assistant, I'm sure that you have hacks installed. So you have to go to hacks and then click on three dots at the top right, and then click on custom repositories, and here you have to paste the URL of the repository, and for that you have to go to my GitHub. The URL is given in the description. You can just go to that repository and then click on code and then copy the repository address and then just paste it here, and from the type you have to select integration and then click on add. Now once you do this, after adding the repository, you have to search for the AmbiSense and this will be listed. Just click on it and then click on download and then download the latest version which is available. And once this is downloaded, you can restart the Home Assistant. You have to go to developer and then click on restart. Make sure you click on restart Home Assistant, and after a few seconds your Home Assistant will restart, and once it does, you have to go to settings, devices and services, click on add integration, and then you can search for AmbiSense and then click on AmbiSense, and this is going to auto discover your device. Remember, we have enabled MDNS through which you can access your device. This integration also searches for that, and it automatically discovers whether you have one device, two devices, or multiple devices. It does not matter. It's going to search all of them at once and list them out, so you can add them one by one, and adding them is really very easy. All you have to do is just click on that device that you have found and then choose the area where it is installed, and that's it. Once you do that, you can go to AmbiSense, and here you can see your device listed with 19 entities. So 19 entities are all the settings that we have seen on the web interface, which includes all the settings that we talked about just now. So you can change those from here, and all the settings are going to reflect in real time. So yeah, you can change color, effect, intensity, motion smoothing features, turn on and off. So yeah, you can do all of that, and you can also create scenes, scripts, or maybe automations that will trigger based on the time you choose, as I said earlier, and do a lot more stuff. Home Assistant is really powerful, and making this integration for AmbiSense makes it worth creating, setting up. It's completely open source. You can download the code. Maybe you can contribute to the repository if you want to add some of the features. You can do that. This was all in this video. I wanted to just share this update with you, and I hope you liked my efforts that I've done on this. In case I forgot some of the features, you can again comment down below. I think I've covered most of them, but I may have missed one or two, but please comment down below if I've missed something. I'll try to add it into the list, and maybe it will come up in the next version where I'll be working on the LD2450 sensor. So yeah, this was all in this video. If you like this project and if you find this interesting and helpful, please comment down below, like this video and share this video. Also support my channel in any way possible so that I keep creating such projects based on community feedbacks. So yeah, thank you for watching. Have a great day.